So Velma has now broken records, made history as the worst animated show in IMDb history. It's legit broken a record. It's made history. Couldn't have happened to a better show. Very well deserved. But it seems as well, ladies and gents, that it's universal. Essentially everyone agrees. And you only have to have a look at, just a rough... I mean, literally all I did was Google Velma. And that was it. Case against Velma. Scooby-Doo spin-off Velma sparks huge backlash. Velma becomes worst rated show. Velma review. Scooby-Doo spin-off for adults is a Scooby-Don't. 10 valid reasons fans don't like HBO Max's Velma. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. But getting back to this, again, deservedly so. The Scooby-Doo prequel is also the third... I've already covered this, but it is the third worst rated show in IMDb history. But like I said, now it's become the worst animated show on IMDb history. Crazy. Absolutely madness. So Velma has become the worst rated animated show in history on IMDb. Creator Charlie Grandy, the series puts an adult spin on the character of Velma. This is just a self-insert by Mindy Kaling. A weird self-insert. Bizarre. Now, the series aims for the style of fellow HBO Max series Harley Quinn. Just misses it completely. And also, no one wants to watch Velma spliced with Harley Quinn, okay? It's Scooby-Doo, for goodness sake. But yeah, so essentially, Velma's earned an average score of 1.3 after 50,000 votes. It's quite a lot, actually. So as a result, Velma has now become the worst animated series in history and the third worst rated show in history on the platform of IMDb. The worst rated show overall is The Pogmentary, a documentary about footballer Paul Pogba, followed by a Turkish musical titled Ist Bu Benim Masalim. There is also a satirical sitcom about Hitler as well, which is better rated than Velma, just as an FYI. So that's there. But look, there was an interview with Variety, and Kaling, of course, just talks absolute bollocks and justifies her self-insert. So the changes to the character, race, is super important. And why is it super important? Well, here we go. The original Scooby-Doo, which we're such a fan of, yeah, of course you are, is also really rooted in another era and reflective of the cultural landscape of the 60s and the 70s and what people traditionally put on TV, Kaling said. It just felt like, if we can have the characters be anything, why not do something new? Then they're not the same characters, you moron. It's so bizarre. And also, as well, it's literally a self-insert, which they kind of clarify here, because the co-creator, Grandy, goes, it started with Mindy saying, I'm voicing Velma. What makes the most sense? What Mindy was attracted to in the character, and what I loved, was that the smartest of the gang that solved the mysteries got no credit. Yes, she did. She always got credit. Everyone always knew it was Velma. What show that you're such a fan of Scooby-Doo, right? You're such a fan. What show were you watching where Velma didn't get the credit? Where everyone, the viewer, didn't know Velma was the smartest? Who? What show were you watching? So anyway, apparently, according to the show they watched, Velma solved all the mysteries and got no credit. Going from that, why not just expand the diversity of the cast? Huh? What? That doesn't make any sense. So you've just gone, well, I'm Mindy Kaling, so we can do what we want. And also, Velma doesn't, solve mysteries and get credit. We're going to make her solve mysteries and get credit and diversity. Because that's the natural thought progress. What? Utter nonsense. Absolute utter nonsense. But here we have it. Brown Velma gets hate in Scooby-Doo spin-off, but not for the reasons you'd think. No. Apparently, it's the self-hating, self-loathing nature, actually. And here we have it. People don't like Velma because they made her brown. No, they don't like it because it's not a good show and Velma sucks. But also, apparently, it's because the character has got a self-hating personality. So self-deprecating, doesn't like the fact that she's brown, all this kind of stuff. Just nonsense. Like, again, I do like this. This is some great wordplay. Netizens are pointing out that propagating a negative stereotype of brown-skinned people is really not going to get the show creators any brownie points for representation. Love it. Is Velma just another one of these outdated CALNE characters? Yeah. She hasn't made good characters in however long. She's ridiculous. And here we have some of the stuff. This is clearly a woman of colour are the problem. Stop hiring them rhetoric, and not Mindy Kaling is just bad. Stop hiring her, because number 2 is reasonable, but she's lumped in with another person for a reason here, and we know why. Criticising Mindy because she's a woman of colour is unfair. However, she's portrayed a lot of negative stereotypes of brown people through her self-insertion, and Velma is another instance of that. It's like how Kenya Barris or Tyler Perry portray black people. Pretty accurate. She wrote Velma, just like all of her other characters. Oh my god, I'm a brown girl and I hate myself for being brown. We're all so ugly. Then just added the most unlikable personality on top. She's copied so much flack here. How is Velma black but voiced by an Indian woman? Doesn't that defeat the whole purpose? Velma, in this version, is a brown. That's hilarious. She is literally just the producer's, Mindy Kaling, self-insert. Yeah. And then loads of people are like, oh, it's a good call. Canonically, brown Velma's great. Buh. Shut up. Why would you do it? It's just self-inserting nonsense. But like I said, it just goes on and on and on. So, worst animated show in history. And everyone just agrees. Everyone agrees that Velma's bad. The case against Velma on HBO Max. Mindy Kaling's South Asian representation has viewers discussing it. This is gold. I love the fact that 10 Ways Velma ignores the Scooby-Doo source material. Just everyone hates it. Velma dethrones Dragon Ball Evolution to become IMDb's worst rated. Something like that. Oh, God, it's so funny. Why everyone hates Velma. I like it when we can all rally around something and just go, you know what? No matter what you think politically, this is wank. Hate it with me. So anyway, there you go. Thought you'd find this funny. Cheers, guys. Take care.